The following short film is my critical discussion of a piece of assessment that I feel did not work well at all. My hope had been that my 5th grade students who had been studying change over time would be able to show me a great deal more about the facts they'd learned by handling replicas of early human skulls. They had rubric questions that I hoped would have guided their handling of the skulls, and a series of 4 practice stations in which they would ready themselves for the written pieces of the assessment as well as that final handling of the skulls, in which I would film them and we could discuss their knowledge and the ways in which they shared it. In the practice sessions, which included several ways of extending their knowledge, the girls were preparing for a kind of independence that I hoped would be both fun for them, but also show me that they could lift the ideas off of charted facts and textbooks and plot them in new ways. The actual assessment is divided into 4 sections that clearly reflected the essential rubric questions and the practice work. The first part of the exam was to use their chart and answer questions that I term in the lines, very direct, concrete questions. The second station included examination of stone tools and objects and relating those to the different groups of early humans. The third was a chance to look at an entire wall of early human art examples and write in one of the following choice ways. And the 4th station was the fossil examination and comparison that is the direct subject of this film. You will see in the film a beginning discussion of Australopithecines and Neanderthals by 2 students whose focus on camaraderie, use of notes, and enthusiasm is very clear. They missed several points which we'll discuss in a moment.
So we think this is a Neanderthal because, it had...
In this clip of Allie and Nicole discussing the Australopithecines and Neanderthal skulls, you will see camaraderie, you will see a lack of focus, you will see a repetition of one another's comments, and less stretch in the application of the details than I would have wanted.
And you can't really see it, but you can kind of feel it.
Yeah, when you run your hand
here.
over it.
Yeah, little ridges. It also says that they had a strong sense of community and took care of one another.
Well, that you can't really see.
You can't see that, but
it looks a lot like a Neanderthal skull would look like.
My hope had been that the preparation would have made these rubric miscues less extensive, but that was not the case. So there's a change that I will take care of for next time. And here are the girls once again attempting to make some application of their details, but their focus and concentration on moving from the chart to the skull without goofing around is too much for them.
it's like throwing a softball, like throwing it.
Yeah.
And it's just like a softball.
You could fit it in your hand.
It has big teeth.
Well,
These
when you
don't
open
have,
up the
like,
jaw,
they're pretty big.
you can see
Like,
that the
as you go back, they get a lot bigger. Like our
but you
mouth,
can see that the teeth are really flat because they chewed like rocks which wore down their teeth.
Yeah. Also, Australopithecines could not use tools because brain was too small. So I doubt they could use tools. Yeah.
Yeah.
In part 2 of the video, you will see a second pair of students discuss 2 different early human skulls. While they certainly enjoyed the idea of being filmed and the handling of the skulls together, they missed the essential elements of the rubric almost entirely.
nose sticks out.
You will also see that the girls were not able to correctly pronounce the names of the early humans as they had been able to do when they participated in the practice stations for the assessment.
Wait, I thought it was a only reaches above its eyeball. That was a Neanderthal. I thought it was.
At this point, you can tell that the girls have lost sight of the rubric essential questions completely, and they are actually having the skulls talk in both Italian and Spanish. And there's no mention of their chart facts or any of the pieces of information that they had used in stations 1 through 3.
And the noses. Flat.
The girls are now about to stage a brief puppet show, the complete disintegration of their assessment.
Hola. Hola. Ciao. Ciao. This guy broke his jaw. I didn't, minus. Well. Oh, what's jaw? Minus. But. Ooh. Are we done? Yeah, I think. Okay, bye.
In conclusion, I think I would absolutely attempt to assess the girls taking all of their research, textbook, chart knowledge, and demonstrate different ways of making connections, handling the skulls that we do have, and being able to talk with each other in a way that was more productive than these two examples would indicate. I think for my first time out, this was a lesson for me as a teacher. Looking for. I couldn't have done this video at all without the help of Haley Bundy, an 11th grade student at Springside School who is a member of the Eyesight. Thank you, Haley, for bringing me deeper into the 21st century education. I couldn't have done it without you.